Donald John Trump was born on June 14, 1946, in Queens, New York, into a family already deeply rooted in real estate. His father, Fred Trump Sr., was a successful developer known for building middle-income housing across New York City. Growing up as one of 5 siblings, young Donald was energetic, ambitious, and often a handful. His strong personality led his parents to send him to the New York Military Academy at the age of 13. It was a move aimed at discipline, and it left a lasting mark on his confidence, leadership style, and determination. After high school, Trump began his college years at Fordham University, but soon transferred to the Wharton School of Finance at the University of Pennsylvania. In 1968, he graduated with a bachelor's degree in economics, already dabbling in small real estate investments in Philadelphia. That same year, he returned home to New York, ready to work alongside his father. The young entrepreneur set out to transform the firm, shifting from modest rentals to massive attention-grabbing projects. Trump targeted Manhattan, hotels, skyscrapers, commercial buildings. The Trump name began rising across the skyline, but with ambition came controversy. In 1973, the U.S. Justice Department accused the Trump Company of racial discrimination in its rental practices. It was an early warning that his public life would always be surrounded by debate. Yet despite setbacks, Donald Trump pushed forward. Through the 1980s and 1990s, he became one of America's most recognizable businessmen, building properties, cultivating fame, and crafting a global brand associated with luxury, power, and wealth. As his empire expanded, Trump evolved into a media figure. He wrote best-selling books, beginning with The Art of the Deal, showcasing himself as the master negotiator. Television brought him to an even wider audience. His charisma, confidence, and showmanship turned Donald Trump into more than a businessman. He became a celebrity. With each appearance, with each deal, the Trump brand grew bigger. He blended business, entertainment, and personal branding in a way few public figures ever had. In 2015, Donald Trump seized that moment. On June 16th, he descended the golden escalator at Trump Tower and announced his run for President of the United States. The political world laughed, but millions of Americans listened. Trump's blunt, unapologetic messaging cut through traditional politics. He promised to protect American jobs, strengthen borders, renegotiate trade deals, and challenge the political elite. In one of the most shocking primary seasons in history, Trump defeated 16 Republican rivals, governors, senators, and seasoned politicians. Then in November 2016, against heavy odds, he won the Electoral College and became the 45th President of the United States. On January 20th, 2017, Donald Trump entered the White House, the first U.S. president without prior political or military experience. His presidency began with sweeping actions. A travel ban targeting several majority Muslim countries sparked national protests and legal battles. He appointed conservative judges, including Supreme Court Justice Neil Gorsuch, reshaping America's judiciary for decades. Economically, he passed major tax cuts and pushed deregulation. In foreign policy, he made dramatic moves, launching military strikes in Syria and withdrawing from the Paris Climate Agreement. But controversy surrounded his administration. Investigations, allegations, and escalating political division became defining features of his presidency. In 2019, he was impeached by the House of Representatives, but acquitted by the Senate in early 2020. Despite the turmoil, Trump retained strong support from millions of Americans. In the 2020 election, however, he was defeated, and on January 20th, 2021, his term came to an end. After leaving office, Donald Trump did not fade away. Debates over his presidency intensified. Legal challenges mounted. Supporters remained loyal. Critics stayed vocal. He continued speaking at rallies, dominating headlines, shaping the Republican Party and hinting at a return. In 2024, Donald Trump made history. He won the presidential election, becoming the 47th President of the United States, and only the second man ever to serve non-consecutive terms, joining Grover Cleveland in the pages of history. His comeback signaled a new chapter in an era already defined by polarization, passion, and political upheaval. Supporters call his return a triumph, a renewed promise of an America First vision. Critics warn of deeper division and lasting. Donald Trump's journey from Queen's kid to real estate magnate to global celebrity to two-term president is one of the most dramatic trajectories in American history. To some, he is a symbol of the American dream, bold, determined, impossible to ignore. To others, he represents division, disruption, and a challenge to democratic norms. But no matter where one stands, Donald Trump's impact on America and on the world is undeniable. His story is still unfolding, and history has yet to deliver its final verdict. Donald Trump's journey from Queen's kid to real estate magnate to global celebrity to two-term president is one of the most dramatic trajectories in American history. To some, he is a symbol of the American dream, bold, determined, impossible to ignore. To others, he represents division, disruption, and a challenge to democratic norms. But no matter where one stands, Donald Trump's impact on America